Has God given you an idea, a vision, a dream about your future? It could have come during your personal prayer time that God spoke to you directly. It could have come when you're reading the scriptures and a verse jumps out at you. It could have come when you're listening to a sermon and something the minister said just connected with your heart. Or it could have been through a direct prophetic word given to you by someone else. But I bet it was exciting, and you started to picture it, and you started to plan for it and look forward to it, and you felt really motivated about it. And then you waited and waited and waited, and nothing happened. And then you began to doubt. You began to wonder, well, did I really hear from God? Or did he change his mind? Maybe I got it all wrong. And then you gave up. You thought, what's the use of exhausting myself with hope? And your faith shrunk. You began to doubt whether you could hear from God at all. And you certainly weren't going to step out in faith when you weren't sure. And your trust in God diminished. Well, I had a similar test recently that I wanted to tell you about. About a year and a half ago, God gave me a picture, a vision of how we could bring more people to emotional freedom. How more people could be set free of thoughts and moods and emotions that were stressing them out and holding them back and causing their life to be a struggle. Well, it was a very exciting idea, and I began to picture it with my spiritual eyes, and I became excited about it, and I started to plan for it and look forward to it. And all of last year, I was journaling with God, and he was telling me more about the vision and how it could take place, and it was very motivating, and I was really looking forward to it. But this time, but now a year and a half later, not much has changed. And I started to doubt. I started to wonder, did I hear God correctly? Did I misunderstand something? And I was discussing this dilemma I had with our intercessors this month. And I was explaining that I was wondering, did I really hear from God? And as I was describing my dilemma, I heard in my spirit these words, did God really say that? And immediately I recognized those words. Those were the famous words of the serpent to Eve to tempt her to doubt God and, of course, eat the fruit from the forbidden tree. And then the lights went on. I realized that I was being tempted the same way that she was. I was being tempted to doubt God's word to me. I was coming under the same attack of doubt. Satan wanted to steal my vision that God had given to me because when this vision was carried out, it would do so much damage to his ability to influence Christians in how they think and feel. And so once I recognized the lie, then I just disposed of it and realized that I was being messed with. And so then I turned back to God and said, all right, let's keep going. And my faith and trust and hope was restored. But has God given you an idea or a dream or a vision, and you're wondering, have I heard wrong, because you don't see anything happening? Well, Satan is trying to steal your vision the same way he tried to steal mine. In James 1 and verse 3, it says that the testing of your faith develops perseverance and maturity. And whenever God gives you a vision, expect there to be a temptation to doubt, and expect it to be tested. So don't quit. Don't give up. Stay close to God. Walk with him. Tell him your concerns. Tell him your frustrations and listen to his responses. But don't give up. When you've heard from God, you have to persevere. Now I want to hear from you. What did you have to persevere through to see the vision accomplished? We want to hear your testimony because it will encourage those of us who are still in the journey. And if this is your first visit here, you need to get my free self-assessment guide. And to do that, just subscribe to my free weekly email newsletter by filling out the subscription form on this page. And I'll talk to you again next week. But this week, don't let Satan steal your vision.